I'm definitely no stranger to moving. Throughout my 22 years in the Marine Corps, as you can see, I moved probably about 6 or 7 times. And as the creator of the Living in Burleson, Texas channel, I created this channel for you to help relieve some of that stress and anxiety that actually comes with moving across different states. You know, they might be looking for higher rated schools, a slower pace of life, new construction, or just looking for a different area. But the question is what suburb would you choose? It can definitely get a bit overwhelming when moving from state to state, whether it be you're moving from New York, North Carolina, Florida, or California, where I actually moved here to Texas from. But again, that's the whole point of this channel, and why I created it for you is to try and relieve some of that anxiety and stress that comes with moving from one state to another. Now, some of you might be relocating because of a job, and you want to be within close proximity of that job. And by the way, Fort Worth is definitely a good place to live because you're right in the middle of everything. Now, if you're working in and around the Burleson area, we definitely have quite a few options. And that's why, you know, we want to reduce some of that stress and confusion and help you kind of narrow it down to a few things. I'm going to break down the top 5 suburbs in the Fort Worth, Texas area, and where we're seeing a huge influx of people moving in from all over the country. And hopefully we'll be able to give you some insight to why these areas are so popular, but ultimately it's going to be your decision to make. By the way, my name is Mike Retrovato with the Living in Burleson, Texas team. And if you are planning on moving to the Burleson, Texas area, feel free to reach out to me. And if this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Burleson, Texas and the surrounding suburbs, then subscribe below and hit that bell for notifications so you can be the first one to know about the Burleson, Texas market. All right, so before we get started, I want to give you kind of a large scale overview of what we're going to be going over today. So what I've got highlighted here and what I'm going to outline is Tarrant County. That's where the majority of what we're going to be talking about today. And then you've also got Dallas County over here. And then you've got Parker County over here. There's actually a really good beef company here, Parker County Beef, that I go to all the time. And then you've got Tarrant over here. And then the suburbs that we're going to be covering today is White Settlement right here, Weatherford, and then Bedford is right up here. So these are the 5 suburbs that we're seeing a lot of movement into. All right, so now that we've done the overview, let's go ahead and jump into the first one, White Settlement. The main roads bordering White Settlement is going to be the 820. So really a lot of White Settlement is bordered by highway. And then, you know, east and west, if you're working over in Fort Worth, you've got an easy route east and west on the 30. There is Lockheed Martin right here. You've got a Texas Civil War Museum. We'll show you Central Park and everything else there is to do within White Settlement. So let's jump over and check out to see in White Settlement. Now, if we jump over here into the MLS, or multiple listing service, and let's check out some affordability. So you've got the 820 right here and the 30 down here, 228. Let's check that one out. So for 228,000, this one is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's 1,664 square feet and was built in 1954. And then that there is the actual photo of the house. So it looks like they just remodeled this place. Looks pretty good. Bedrooms look maybe a little bit small. The kitchen's wide open. And then there is the full floor plan. There isn't a garage on this one, but There is a good sized driveway for parking. It was listed originally at $249 and then ended up selling for $228,000. Let's see what $320,000 will get you. So this is a 3-bedroom, 3 total bathrooms, but one of them is a half bath, and it's 2,664 square feet and a little bit newer than that last one. This one was built in 2004. You got a front facing garage. This one looks like it's 2 stories or something. Got a pretty open kitchen. So yeah, that's what this one was listed for, $330,000, and then actually sold for $320,000. Over the past 3 years, White Settlement is averaging, the median home actually sold price was $232,500. But you see, you're gonna have peaks and valleys throughout, but it was staying steady over the past 3 years at that $232,500. So, all right, that covers White Settlement. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next suburb. And here's some stats and data on White Settlement. White Settlement has a population of 18,005 people. The commute time to Fort Worth is gonna be about 18 minutes. And then the commute time, if you're gonna be traveling a lot to the Dallas Fort Worth Airport, it's gonna be about 40 minutes. The median home listing price was $220,000, while the median home sold price was $240,000. The current months of housing inventory is averaging 3.6 months. And the school ratings for the White Settlement Independent School District, or ISD, was a B+ according to niche.com. And that ISD was ranked number 46 out of 896 schools for most diverse school district in Texas. And it was also ranked number 352 out of 883 schools for best school districts in Texas. It has 1 high school, 2 middle schools, and 5 elementary schools. Brewer High School has a B on niche.com, and it was ranked number 847 out of 1,876 schools for best public high schools in Texas. And it has 2,183 students. You're working here in Fort Worth and you're wanting to live over here in Arlington. Arlington is also going to be in Tarrant County right here. And then some of it might also be divided by Dallas County off to the right. You've got the 30 running east to west. You've also got the 20 running east to west. And then you have the 360, which is a toll road that runs north to south. You've got this 303 that runs across Arlington, and then the 180 also runs across. You've got Lake Arlington right here. You've got some cool Christmas lights to go to. What you're looking at getting, let's see, we've got 415, so we've got 405 here, 380. Let's check out this 380. So this one is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It's 2 full and 1 half, and it's 2,048 square feet, and it was built in 1973. So that's a pretty nice kitchen. You've got a nice little pool in the backyard to hang out. Nice open area to the living room. Let's see, you got a little bathroom right there, a bedroom. This one was listed for $385,000 and then actually sold for $380,000. 625, let's check that one out. So it actually listed for $635 and then it sold for $625. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, which actually it's 3.5, and it is 3,204 square feet. You've got kind of a side facing garage. Looks like you've got a very good sized backyard. You've got 2 floors, some nice brick finish on the front. Got a huge kitchen. There's the office. Looks like they were using it for an office / exercise room with a little Peloton in there. Here is the primary. Looks like it's downstairs. You got huge bay windows there. Little game room, another bedroom upstairs. And yeah, there is a huge backyard. So like I said, this is Lake Viridian. This is kind of a neighborhood. So this was listed at 1.24 and actually sold for 1.19. So you got kind of one side facing garage and then a front facing garage. Nice little living room area with a fireplace and mantle. You got a little outdoor area. You know, you could put a pool back here if you wanted, but there are, I want to say, 4 pools in this neighborhood that you can take advantage of. $294 per month, or not per month, but $294 quarterly, which isn't bad for the amount of amenities they have there. They've got like a little clubhouse to hang out at, racquetball courts, pickleball courts, all kinds of stuff to do in this neighborhood here. 3 years of trends in the Arlington area. The median sales price, of course, you're going to have $339,500, and that is for all of Arlington, is averaging 2.9 months over the past 3 years. Here's some stats and data on Arlington, Texas. Arlington has a population of 398,431. The commute time to Fort Worth is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on traffic. The commute time to the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. The median home listing price was $350,000, while the median home sold price is $343,000. The current months of housing inventory is averaging 2.9 months. The school ratings for the Arlington Independent School District, or ISD, is a B+, according to niche.com. And that independent school district was ranked 17 out of 896 schools for most diverse school districts in Texas. And it was also ranked number 54 out of 807 schools for best school districts for athletes in Texas. And that ISD was ranked number 288 out of 912 schools for best places to teach in Texas. It has 11 high schools, 10 middle schools, and 52 elementary schools. Arlington High School has a B+ on niche.com, and it was ranked number 703 out of 1,876 schools for best public high schools in Texas. And it has 2,538 students. Lamar High School has a B on niche.com, and it was ranked number 144 out of 1,979 schools for most diverse public high school in Texas. All right, so moving on to our next one, Grand Prairie. One of the pros, and can also be a con, is of course, same thing as some of the other suburbs, is the highways going through it. So you've got the 30 that goes through Grand Prairie, you've got the 180, the 303, and then also the 20, all going east to west. The 161 that goes north to south. If you need easy access up here to, say, the Irving Mall, as you come into Grand Prairie, there's a lot to do. You also have Joe Pool Lake down here at the bottom, Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. You know, if you're working over here in Fort Worth and you don't want to live in Arlington, you can live just outside of Arlington in Grand Prairie, and you're an easy, quick access to the 30. Another one of the cons is sometimes there is a lot of traffic on the 30 and the 20 going east to west. Let's look at some of the houses here. So over here by Joe Pool Lake for $385,000, let's check it out. 3 bedroom, 2 full bathrooms, and it's 1,870 square feet and was built in 2014. So a pretty new build. Nice little cabana in the back, kind of give it a little bit more of a showing appeal. Furniture, just to give you a feel for, you know, maybe a king size bed, shower, and a tub. It was listed for $400,000 and actually sold for $385,000. Let's check that one out. Again, nice brick front. You've got a dual garage, 2-car garage on this one, and hot tub in the backyard. I personally wouldn't like a hot tub because here in Texas it definitely gets hot enough that you're not going to need a hot tub. At least that's what they're using it for. You got a formal dining room across from the office. and then probably bedrooms upstairs. You got your laundry room as soon as you come in the garage. So it does have the primary bedroom downstairs. You've got the pool right there. That's one thing a lot of houses here in Texas have, is a media room. So yeah, that's what $579 will get you here in Texas. $925. Let's see what $925 will get you. 5 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, and it's 4,464 square feet. So this thing is huge. You got a drive-through gated garage. You got almost like a castle-looking fascia up front. Nice wrought iron staircase going up. Little dining room area there. Primary bedroom downstairs again with a huge soaking tub. Game room upstairs with a little bar. Again, another media room, and then an outdoor oasis. Barbecue grill, water features. I mean, this is a paradise back here. It was listed for $935 and it actually sold for $925. So over the past 3 years, median home sale price is $372,500, but it is averaging $372,500 for 3 years, averaging 2.8 months in Grand Prairie. And here's some stats and data on Grand Prairie, Texas. Grand Prairie has a population of 202,134. The commute time over to Fort Worth is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes. The commute time to the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. The median home listing price is $342,500, while the median home sold price is $360,000. The current months of housing inventory is averaging 2.8 months. The school ratings for the Grand Prairie Independent School District, or ISD, was a B on niche.com, and that ISD was ranked number 298 out of 896 schools for most diverse school district in Texas. And it was also ranked number 411 out of 883 schools for best school districts in Texas. It has 8 high schools, 14 middle schools, and 24 elementary schools. Grand Prairie High School has a C+ on niche.com, and it has 3,001 students. Grand Prairie Fine Arts Academy has an A on niche.com, and it was ranked number 121 out of 1,876 schools for best public high schools in Texas, and it has 838 students.